Welcome students, welcome to another new video lecture. So our topic was larval forms in Echinodermata and we have studied its introduction, general features and also the larval forms according to their classes. If you don't get the part 1 of the larval forms on Echinodermata, then a link is my description below. Today the interesting question is, how do echinoderms see? We will get it at last of the video, so stay tuned. Let's have a recap on larval forms in Echinodermata. The Echinodermata is such a group of animal kingdom. It shows the complicated metamorphosis in the course of development. Development here may be direct or indirect. In direct one, the larval stages are missing, while in indirect one, various types of free swimming larvae are found. In each class, a few members are viviparous, that is, they brood their young in a sort of brood pouch on their surface of the body. With that, they also show the deuterostomous development fashion, where it is clearly seen that in protostome's case, means in lower vertebrates case, the mouth is developed from the blastopore, whereas in higher invertebrates, anus is first developed from blastopore instead of mouth. Okay, then in most of cases, the characteristic free swimming larvae developed externally, which are of phylogenetic significance. So let's get started with larval forms in Echinodermata one by one. So the first one is larvae of Asteroideae. There are three larval stages in Asteroideae in the course of their development to adult stage. Those are the early bipinnaria, means the diplurula stage, and pentacula larval stage. So you're gonna see in diplurula larva, mouth is in ventral side, anus disposed ventrally. The diplurula form reached during the development of characterized by bilateral symmetry, and it is egg-shaped body. Ciliation is reduced into a ciliary band where the preoral lobe is situated. Then its digestive canal is differentiated into esophagus, stomach and intestine. So the diplurula form is regarded by many hypothetical ancestral of echinoderm. Then come to pentacula larva. This stage is regarded the next evolutionary step of the diplurula larva, and this pentacula larva has 5 tentacles around the mouth. The hydrocele is separated from the rest of the coelom and to form the future watervascular system. Then come to bipinnaria larva. This type of larva is characteristic of the class Asteroideae, means the larva of sea pentagon, means Pentaceros, sea star or the starfish. It possesses two ciliated bands, that is preoral and postoral. The preoral ciliated band surrounded by the preoral lobe of the larva. The preoral lobe is highly developed and the postoral ciliated band appears to the longitudinally placed and forms a complete ring between the mouth and anus. This bipinnaria larva bears a close resemblance with holothurians. So we will see the resemblance with the holothurians later in this video. Then the body of the bipinnaria larva is externally bilaterally symmetrical and it is a free swimming larva. Its anterior end of the archenteron develops as the mouth and blastopore becomes the anus. So these are called the deuterostomes. The preoral and postoral ciliated bands are continued, and those are called arms. Then the arms are provided with muscles and are contractile in nature. Here the anterolateral arms are absent. Okay, so the bipinnaria larva is a feeding larva, and it leads to a free swimming life. After a short period of free swimming existence, it transforms into a Brachyolaria larva. So let's know about the Brachyolaria larva. This type of larva is present in the asteroid. It's the next form of the Bipinnaria larva. It has the special features like it has three additional arms. They are not ciliated, and the arms are divided into calcareous rods and have the coelomic cavity. So the Bipinnaria stage is followed by the Brachyolaria stage in all asteroids, but directly evidence is that in some cases this Brachyolaria stage is absent and the Bipinnaria larva metamorphoses directly into adults. So look at the picture. Here you can see the external fertilization is done. The spawning is in the water. Then the fertilized embryo is formed. Then it going through the cleavage and gastrula formed. Then the Bipinnaria larva formed. Then the Brachyolaria larva formed. Then the advanced Brachyolaria larva develop into the young starfish. So starfish or asteria shows the external fertilization, look at this picture, and form the Bipinnaria larva, then Brachyolaria larva. We discussed their features well, and after that they undergo the metamorphosis and become 5 prey starfish, means the pentamer or 5-armed starfish. It grows older and again follows their life cycle, which is the sexual type of reproduction of starfish. So if you get the question about the larva, then you can write well, and here we complete the life cycle of starfish too. So rest of the larva we will study them later. So it's time to get the answer of today's question is that how do the echinoderms see? Actually, echinoderms do not have brains. They have only a rudimentary nerves running from the mouth into each arm or along the body. They have the tiny eye spots at the end of each arm which only detect the light or dark. Some of their tube feet are also sensitive to chemicals, and this allows them to smell. Clear your doubts in comment section below, and if you really get benefited through these lectures, then do like, share and subscribe my channel.